This is a big-timing comedy production.
Coming to you from the heart of Kingsville, Maryland.
A place where the beer flows like wine.
Deep inside the torture chambers of producer Mike, Big Timing Comedy presents Paco's Got Balls featuring Wendi. Hosted by the founders and pioneers of Big Timing Comedy, Stefan Subotic.
I'm your Huckleberry.
And Eric Jolliger.
100 push-ups in 20 minutes!
And featuring Wendy Townsend.
Showing!
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Got the finger. Good day, good evening, insomnia-ridden night, wherever you're listening. This is episode 143. How you doing, Stefan?
I am so good. It's great to be back here, and I'm looking forward to the holidays. And we went hunting over the weekend.
Well, you jumping the gun.
We went shooting guns.
Jumping the gun. Damn.
I know. I had to jump the
You're hot.
gun.
You're hot. Yeah.
Do you see how I was jumping?
Yeah. I get it.
Gun.
I get it. This is a comedy podcast, so yeah, get it. I'm gonna bring this back before we jump into the UPS store, Stefan. We haven't really plugged this little ditty here for a while. I want to get the folks to kind of chime back in on our is it patronage?
Patronage. On three, we look at each other and we go 1, 2, 3.
Patronage.
There's been a Potter marathon on.
Right. Well, it's that time of year, you know.
Yeah. Thanksgiving.
It's it's the time of year that the Potter is hot. The Potter is hot right now.
It is nice. Potter is sort of fall all through winter, isn't he? It used to just kind of be Halloween, but I feel like it's become the entire
holiday season.
Winter's
It
holiday
really is.
season.
It really is. So we need you guys to go out to the website. It's back. And click on the green and blue Podbean patronage banner and sign up. Become a patron. We have a bunch of bonus content out there. It's the After Dark series, and it really helps us out a lot. It doesn't cost you much. It doesn't. I think $3 is the bottom tier. If you go higher, you get other cool shit like T-shirts and beer koozies and handy jobs or handy boys from Stefan here.
I'll say it like this. A lot of times around the holidays, you'll go into, say, a Giant or a Safeway, and you'll see a Santa Claus ringing a bell, right, for the Salvation Army. What I say is, fuck that guy. Yeah. Fuck that guy. Give us $3, okay? You know where the money's going. That guy's putting it into booze and meat.
And fake beards.
Yeah, and old meat. Just like an old ham.
Oh, yeah. So,
gross.
Become a patron member. Be part of the club. We love you. We'll love you back. UPS store, 6526 in Canton Crossing Shopping Center. You got a package, they know how to handle it. Just go in and say hey to Emily or Connor and the crew for your printing, packaging, shipping, mailboxes, and more. Oh, that's a mouthful. They print all of our business cards and local flyers and posters while offering fast and friendly service. We got some of their work up at the Havre de Grace, the State Theater over there. We've got some posters of our upcoming shows. We'll talk about that later. But next, we have a guest in the room this evening.
As soon as I took a bite.
Yeah.
You got a second. I got a sweet intro. You got a second.
He's written this. He's proud of it.
The myth, the legend, arguably one of the best comics in the Mid-Atlantic region. He has years in the radio world, 98 Rock, and he's here with us again. He returns from episodes 32 and 33, over 100 episodes ago. He's even on our homepage of the website. Welcome back, Mickey Cucchiella.
Thank you so much, Eric, Stefan. I do have a question, though, about the intro. Two things. Thank you for limiting me to the Mid-Atlantic area, number one. And number two, who are the guys that you'd argue over? Who are the guys that you'd say, you know what, that guy's better than him?
I also think he doesn't qualify you as one of the best comics in the Mid-Atlantic. He says arguably one of the best.
I'm saying, like, who are the others?
Hey, I'm building you up and I'm breaking you down. That's how you got to do things, you know?
Right, I'll take it.
You said what guys? Maybe there's some female comedians that are challenging you out there.
Oh, hands down. There's no doubt about it.
No, I'm just busting your balls.
Arguably one of the best in Kingsville.
Yeah, arguably one of the best comedians that ever grew up right off Harford Road between Montebello Terrace and Argonne Drive.
You got
He's in the top 7 as far as that's
least
concerned.
easy. Easy. You,
So how are
like
you
Belzer,
guys?
Steve, what's the guy? Belzer, Richard Belzer.
Richard Belzer, me, Dane Cook. I forget who else is from the neighborhood.
All right, there you go. The guys.
Yeah, the guys.
Sorry, I'm trying to share the live feed. Did you, Mickey?
I shared something. I don't know what it was.
I shared it.
Here, I'll try and tag
Use
you.
the Michael Cucchiella one, please.
Oh, okay. What's wrong?
Yeah,
with
this
the
is
other
it.
one?
Somebody's got their audio up.
I shared it out.
I
not
do.
me.
I'm sorry about that, kids.
All right.
It's fine.
You'd think a trained
Yeah,
professional
I was gonna say, you been on radio before?
would know better. Oh my God! So what's going on, fellas?
Well, we're back in the studio. We're the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of topics to get to you.
Yeah,
or excuse me,
yeah.
to get to with you tonight, Mickey.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here.
Uh-huh.
No, and I mean that. And I don't have any other plans.
Okay. Well, let's talk. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Let's can we
let's
talk
dive
a little
in.
a little turkey?
Talk turkey.
Boys?
Whatever you want to do.
I'd like to know, Mick. You come from like a rich Italian, not rich as in like
Yeah, very
money.
poor, by the way.
Right, poor Italian,
Yeah.
but like a rich
Can I
family.
keep eating while we're
Yeah,
talking?
of course.
Okay, good.
Like as you eat,
Do it extra loud.
I was gonna say like a rich Italian background.
Yeah.
As you smash some pizza pie right now.
Yeah.
But what's Thanksgiving consist of for you guys? Is it just
Well-
turkey and stuffing, or do you have some more traditional Italian dishes?
Well, so I'm also half Irish.
Oh, okay.
So it's it's Italian. Where we go now is mainly like the Italian side. My Irish grandparents died because that's what Irish grandparents do. They die early.
Drink themselves.
Yeah, they
into an
drink
early
themselves
grave.
to death, and they worry, and then they don't do anything about their problems. So eventually, stress just kills them.
Yeah, it takes
in
them
their
out.
mid-50s, and you say to yourself, "Wow, I wonder how they could have lived longer." And then you look at yourself in the mirror and go, "Without us, that would have helped."
Or they're like vampires and they get sunlight and it just burns them up.
Yeah, yeah. But no, like tomorrow's awesome. There'll be 40 to 50 at dinner.
Holy
God.
shit!
Oh yeah, and that's way down. I mean,
a
at one
big
time
fucking
we'd have
family.
like 70 people in my
Wait, now
grandmother's
where in
house.
the hell are you guys meeting for this?
My grandmother's house.
At the house?
Yeah, she has one of those big. I grew up down what's really it's like Lauraville, Hamilton, off of Hartford Road, and they have these giant houses.
They're huge.
Yeah, and so I grew up there, and I mean, there's like 4 tables set up. You know what I mean? It's not like it. Like we have a table like in the living room. It just goes all the way through.
Yeah.
And then there's like 2 other tables in what's normally like the dining room.
Uh-huh.
So and then like kids are in one room. That's where I started as a child.
Right.
And you work your way up to the big table as older people die or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a height joke in here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
No, I don't mind.
I'm not going to do it.
I don't mind after this long. But no, so I mean, I look forward to tomorrow every year. And we actually do the thing where we go around and say what we're thankful for. And it's like, truthfully, that dinner is probably what started me in comedy.
Yeah.
My uncles are hilarious. My dad's hilarious. And it's like watching people just roar was like so infatuating to me as a kid. I mean, I didn't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
And so I used to put on shows as a kid. Like I would imitate Steve Martin from Saturday Night Live doing King Tut. Like I did that for like 8 years.
Nice.
Like Steve Martin had already won like an Academy Award, and I'm still doing the King Tut
Nice.
thing.
Right.
So
You should pull it out this year.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I might
Bring
try
it back. Bring it back.
Yeah. Except that now it's like King Fat. It's totally different because I was a very, very skinny child.
I'm almost divorced now, but so with my
Yeah, I didn't want to
Could
ask.
you,
'cause I
could, you
know
get
what
it,
it's like.
could you get it over with already?
I'm trying with my
Just
ex,
give her everything.
I pretty much
like
have.
I did, and you just walk away.
I have not much left to give. I
pretty close.
don't have much left for her to.
the only thing he's holding on to is his soul.
Yeah, that's about what I have.
Oh, give it up. You don't need it.
No, but so yeah, I lost that years ago. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get it back. But we would do that with her family. I wasn't accustomed to that, but it would be that going around the room.
Yeah, what
giving
you're thankful
thanks.
for.
But so in an era
That
where
sweet ass. Try saying that.
I would be, I'd go out the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Right, that's like the biggest night of the year.
Yeah,
to
for
go
sure.
Thing to
out,
do.
or I would bartend. I used to
Yeah.
work down at Sources, and I'd
Yeah.
bartend until 4 or 5 in the morning. But this was also an era where I was at the height of drinking and doing cocaine. So a lot of times I'd be up until like 8, 9, 10 in the morning the next day,
Right.
and then be at Thanksgiving dinner, sitting around ready to give thanks,
Yeah.
but just looking like I was about to die. You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
I looked like a corpse. And people would be like, "Are you all right?" When it would get to me, I'd be like, "I'm thankful for it. They'll be like, you need to take a break?
Yeah.
I couldn't even get it out. And
Yeah.
They'd be like, what's wrong with your husband?
Yeah, what's wrong with this guy? And then he'd snap back in. A little bit of Coke would go, nothing's wrong with me. What are you talking about?
I'd be the guy that, you know how people like eat dinner and then take a nap?
Yeah.
I'd be like, dinner would come out and be like, wow, this looks great. I'm going to take a nap.
And you wouldn't even eat.
I wouldn't even eat. It was
Oh, wow.
terrible. So
Yeah, no, I have to eat.
I know. Well, I do now, and I'm in a better place.
You were the
obviously.
life of the party. You were the
Well,
life.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was the life of the party the night before.
I guarantee you, though, somebody at your ex-wife's family this year will literally say, it's kind of boring, isn't it?
Yeah,
This is a little boring.
Yeah, it's funny that was the night of the year that you go out and just get ridiculously loaded, and then the next day the expectation is you eat a ton of food, and that's the last thing you want to do.
Well,
sleep deprived and hungover.
You know, it's weird. I mean, I've been working in bars since I was 17, 18. I mean, between doing comedy and managing bars and everything. And I never became a huge drinker. But, like, if there was ever a night of the year where I did drink, it was this night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the bar business, eventually we just started calling it amateur night.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because people just come out and they get so fucked up.
Yeah.
Because it's like in the middle of the week when they normally would be working. So it's like a work holiday. It's a stress holiday.
Yep.
It's all that other
And
horse
you know
shit.
you've got probably 2 to 4 days ahead of you to recover.
Recover,
So the coals the fire, the gas gets thrown.
I'll give you 2.
I was thinking about doing it tonight because I haven't done it in so long.
Sure. I got buddies that were asking. Sure.
Yeah?
Going out. Yeah.
How about you? You going to go out?
I don't think.
I think we are.
Okay, we might.
Yeah, I think we might go into Bel Air. It's only 10 minutes.
All right, we might.
And Mickey needs a ride.
Yeah, I might need a ride. Or at the very least, I may need you to follow me.
I'll give you 2 funny night before Thanksgiving stories.
right.
One when I was working at Sources, just like you said, we'd call it amateur hour, right? But so it would get so crowded. I could make like $700 in a night.
Yeah, of course.
Bar backing, not even bartending. Like, the amount of money was gross.
Yeah.
So for that event, they would set like the tent up outside,
Yep.
right? They'd have the heated tent. A lot of bars around town do this kind of thing. But
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
it was like home base, right? But so you had all this line of people outside, and there was just money just flowing through, but just people.
Yeah.
So the bathrooms got harder and harder to use. I mean, the lines, the Sources is small. I don't know if
you got
listeners
two
have been in, but-
options in the
yeah,
sink.
you've got two urinals, and then you've got a sink, obviously, and then you've got the shitter, the toilet, right? So the one year it just got so bad, and then we'd have people working the door and the bathroom to make sure people weren't pushing to get in there, not taking a piss in the sink.
Right.
So one year the one guy gets so drunk, right, and he was a regular, so we had to we had to throw him out.
Yeah.
But so somebody comes out of I'd seen everybody that went in. I knew everybody that went in the bathrooms. I'm like, all right, it's cool. Like, these guys will be fine. It'll be out in a minute. So then somebody comes like busting out of the bathroom. They're like, Stefan, you got to get in there. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, just get in there now. It's like, go in. And the one guy, Brett, he's so fucked up. He's taking his shit in the urinal. And I'm like,
Can I tell you the best part of this
he's got his
story?
dick tucked, just sitting on the urinal.
The fact that they caught somebody taking a shit in the urinal and their first response was, get
Get him
Stefan.
He can handle this.
Yeah, I was the unfortunate guy working the bathroom
Yeah,
door.
no,
You had to
I
work
got
your
you.
way up to the bar. This was early on. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, you're in
this is
charge
why.
of urinal cakes.
All right.
And, and the plunger.
Fishing Dukes.
Another one, fast forward, I wasn't
Oh,
working at the
man.
bar, but I went out with a couple of buddies of mine, Eric and Paul, for you to know, Eric, who were at my
Doctor?
last comedy show.
Doctor?
And I won't out their last names, right?
Right.
I won't out their last names.
One of them's a
but
doctor, though?
no.
It's a reference to
Yeah.
Spies Like Us.
Yeah.
Oh,
The movie
yeah.
Spies Like
Yeah.
Us,
All right,
'cause
gotcha.
we're both named Eric. So
Gotcha.
Doctor.
So we go out and get all fucked up, right? Get all fucked up. We get fucked up at 3 bars. We go to Sources. We go
Yeah.
to Casey's on fucking. We
Yeah.
go all over Firehouse, and then it gets to be like 2 in the morning, and we were like, we got to go somewhere else.
Yeah, of course.
And again, we're home, blow, drunk, da da da.
Yeah.
da. And we're like, we got to go somewhere else. So we're like, Eric, like, whose house can we go back to? And Eric's like, oh, I'm the closest. I guess we'll go back to my house. My wife isn't home. Like, I'm like,
Right.
cool, because like I live like almost an hour away. We're not going to my house, and Paul's like, my wife won't let us come over. So we go to Eric's house, and we go to walk in the front door, and Eric's like, oh no. And we're like, what? He's like, the door's locked. I can't get in. I was like, do you have like a spare key somewhere? He's like, no. We're like drunk as shit too, right? And I shouldn't be driving, all that. And I'm like, he's like, I think I left the second story window unlocked by in my daughter's room or my son's room, right? I'm like, cool. Now we're all fucked up. We're high, we're drunk. We're like, cool. You got a ladder?
Right. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I think I do. So we march into the back fucking yard, drunk as shit at like 2:45 in the morning, like clang, pulling the ladder
and you
out,
think
right?
you're being quiet.
Yeah, just like put it up on the house, and he's like, I'll go up, and he's like all fucked up. He gets like 3 rows up, and he's like, I can't make it, dude. And I was like,
3 rows.
I go, get out of the way. I'll go up. So we go up to the top of the ladder, right? And it's taken like 20 minutes. We're drunk. It's cold. It's November, and I go to open it, and it doesn't open.
Oh my God!
I'm like, you gotta be shitting me.
See right there? Right. I would have just punched. I would have broke the window.
So then Paul goes, fuck it. You know what? We'll go back to my house. And his wife is like, under no circumstances do you bring these assholes back to the house.
So
then it's like 5 a.m. in Paul's house. We come like stumbling in,
right?
And we're trying, and it's like us being like, hey, thinking we're being really quiet.
Right, of course.
Meanwhile, we're knocking everything over, clanging glasses, pouring drinks. So he gets us to like lay down. Somehow she doesn't come down. It gets to be like 6:30 in the morning, right? And I'm laying on the couch, and she comes down and fucking hits me in the head and goes, Paul, I told you. You do not bring these sons of bitches back here, okay? I told you if you're gonna go out and get fucked up, you go do it somewhere else. Not here.
Oh my God!
And I poke my head up, and she goes, "Oh God, Stefan, I am so sorry. I am." She goes,
She thought you were her
I
husband.
thought you were Paul. You go back to sleep, and like tucks me in.
Your heart's like going, look.
Yeah. And then like 45 seconds later, I hear like upstairs off in the distance, Paul.
That's an awesome story.
It was a nightmare, but we survived.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, at least you didn't get arrested for trying to be a little B&E.
Almost. It was a long night.
Oh, man. Any good stories about Thanksgiving you got, Mick?
Well, I can tell you other people. So I got a great one. I used to smoke a lot of pot for years, and I would drink sometimes. And one night, and I'm almost positive this was Thanksgiving Eve. I think Never Never, who's a great classic rock band, probably my favorite classic rock cover band ever. Yeah. So I think they played the Barn, and this is when I lived right off of Joppa Road by the Barn. We got all jacked up high, and my friends were drunk, and I think I was drinking a little bit too. So after the night, we're like, let's go back to my house, right? Because I just had a girlfriend I lived with and me. That was it. So, and it was a townhouse, so it was like perfect, We go back, and it ends up being maybe 25, 30 people in my house, right? And people are just banging drinks and smoking everything, and I didn't hang around cokeheads, Stefan, so I can't add coke into my story.
Me neither. I didn't hang around cokeheads either.
Not that I knew the difference. But anyway, so we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, I look at the clock, and it's like 5 something, and one of the guys that worked at the Barn at the time was a guy named Jay, and he never smoked pot before. Well, this was the first night that he ever smoked pot.
Okay.
So he's still at my house. I think he's just whacked out of his mind. So I go, dude, it's just me and him left in my living room. And my girlfriend had gone up like 10 minutes before or something. So I go, dude, listen, I'm going to go to bed, man. Whatever. Do what you want. You can stay. So I go upstairs. 10 minutes later, my dog comes in, and I had a Dalmatian. And he had taken a red Sharpie and connected all the dots on the Dalmatian. Now, here's when you know you are fucked up. Yeah. Because that dog was like my son, right? And to my girlfriend at the time, it was really like her son. she's like, "What the fuck, you?" And I go, and I could not stop laughing. Like I'm just rolling so hard at this dog connected with a red Sharpie. And finally, I go down, and she's like, "You better go down and fucking yell it." And meanwhile, he's like 6'5", stud athlete. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I go down, and I'm winking at him, and pointing up, and I'm going, "You fucking asshole! What the fuck did you do to my dog?" And he starts laughing so hard, and then she comes down, and we both ended up sleeping on the couch. But the point is, I tried not to drink too much because of those reasons.
Yeah. So you were the little spoon, I take it?
Yeah, very much so. It was like a sugar spoon.
Oh man, that's
Teeny
awesome.
little spoon.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to shift over. Stefan, a little bit of a recap. You missed 2 weeks ago. We talked about the 11-1 Havre de Grace State Theater show with Joe Matarese.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
I love Joe, dude.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's he's the nicest fucking dude. He was sick.
Yeah.
And still came out and gave it his all.
Did he do impressions?
No.
He did not.
He's one of the best impressionists.
I think because his voice was kind of
he
fucked
was
up.
struggling to get through the set.
He was like
with his-
sipping tea and then bourbon or whatever.
We talked to him into drinking some whiskey, and he's like, "Yeah, I think
Whiskey.
that made it worse."
Yeah, I will say, just as you said, we meet a lot of people, at that level, and
Yeah.
Joe was one of the coolest, nicest,
he's the
realest
best.
guys. Like, he was nice guy, good guy to talk to.
You got to look up his
real
video from when the Eagles won the Super Bowl,
Okay.
or were going to the
I
Super
feel
Bowl,
like I might have seen that.
and he does it to like the Rocky thing. Oh my! And he's doing Stallone. He does the It's like, "Oh, I gotta go to the Eagles are playing." Like it was so good. But he also, the thing I loved about him is he did obscure impressions, but that everyone knew.
Okay.
Like
Give me
he
an example.
Did Damone from Fast Times at
All
Ridgemont
right.
High.
All right.
And
Mike Damone.
That's good.
It was the best. It was so funny, man. Love the dude. Love Joe Matarese.
I could say I want to say I think he came into that with low expectations, not knowing what was going to happen. We've never worked with him.
Yeah.
Didn't know us. And he was sick, so I think he was just like, I'm gonna bang this out and get the hell out of here. And we like to have a good time, and he was hanging out, and then he ended up staying like late afterwards, just bullshitting
Yeah,
with
Joe's
us.
the best, dude. I love Joe.
And we didn't get to do it in the theater because they're still renovating, so we took him over there and showed him, that it was he's just a badass.
Yeah, the show was interesting because it was supposed to be in this theater. Have you seen?
When did they tell you couldn't do the
Well,
theater?
we knew sort of going up to
Right.
it that they're renovating it, and they had to get it up to fire code.
Yeah.
And he basically was saying that it was a political thing. Like if he could get it through in a certain period of time, like they're going to get approved. It just was a timing thing. So
I was nervous, but he was like, "I got Plan B," and he did. He had two venues down. They had like a giant tent that they usually do weddings.
it was
in.
like a beautiful wedding venue next door.
Oh,
like
nice.
the water-
overlooking the river.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it'd be like out on the veranda, basically. But yeah, they put a tent up, and it was nice. We had a heater in there.
There's nothing that says showbiz like comedy in a tent.
Right.
It did feel like a wedding reception.
And I wish I could say I haven't done 50 of them.
Well, here's the thing, though. They did put in a nice stage. They had really like top of the line lighting. He had TV screens on both
Eric,
sides.
it's a fucking
Hey,
tent. Let's move on.
Hey, I'm dressing it up, okay? I'm putting lipstick on this pig, goddammit.
Yeah. And what you don't know is it's a fucking aardvark, not a pig.
By the way, it was on the water and chili.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really nice. There was top-notch sound equipment. It was in a tent. And then after that, they had TVs. It was in a tent. They had alcohol for everyone. It was inside of a tent.
There was heaters.
And
There
it
was
in
food.
a tent.
Yeah, it was great.
The beer was cold.
How was the turnout? Did people come out?
Yeah, we had a good turnout.
That's awesome, man.
We
There
did.
was like local state legislators there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was some woman
yeah.
in the front row who was like, she was like pitching us on Havre de Grace. Like, it's a lovely town.
It is a great town,
It
though.
is.
It is.
I go
Beautiful.
up there. I love
Super
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. We had Sully's on the 8th, Stefan, and I wasn't at that show.
Yeah, it was a good show. We had Sully's, we had Woodworth on that show, Walker Hayes, and that was fun. And then we had Rowdy Joe's the next night.
Walker was on the show?
Yeah.
we had her on.
Did she bang anybody?
No, she did not.
Not that I know
I'm
of.
that we're
kidding.
aware of.
I'm kidding. I love Walker.
She could have. She
Right.
could have.
Just putting it out there. Yeah.
I think she's the type of person that always has that as an option.
Yeah, no, anytime she wants. She's the decider.
Anytime she wants to.
Yeah.
But no, we did roadies in Salisbury the
Yeah.
next night, and we had a full house. It was my 20-year high school reunion. I don't know how I talked these people into coming out and having it at this event. And it actually turned out really, really well.
Oh, that's awesome.
And at the end of the night, I told this a couple weeks ago, I wanted Stefan's perspective on it. So after we're out partying, drinking, whatever, we got to go back to the hotel. We just got to get some sustenance, some food.
Yeah.
So Royal Farms, it's the go-to.
This fucking story I'd forgotten, and
Hold
now
on.
I'm mad.
Wait a minute. I have to preface something before the story continues.
Go ahead.
To me, after 10 p.m., Royal Farms is a 5-star restaurant.
Right, it is.
I don't know how you guys feel.
Oh, wait.
That fried
Hold on.
chicken is like filet
Let me say
mignon.
this. We couldn't agree more.
Right.
Okay, good.
Right.
All right. I
hold
just
on.
didn't want you shitting on my top
No.
restaurant.
No. Now,
No,
at
it's
Okay.
the complete opposite.
Okay, good.
Time out. Now, at 1 o'clock in the morning, I think it even bumps to a 6-star.
It's not even a restaurant anymore. It is heaven.
Now wait a minute. This wasn't even 1. We shut that fucking bar down.
It
This
was- I think it was later.
This
It was
was
probably like
2:15
1:30,
in
2
the
o'clock.
morning.
Yes.
I'm talking hadn't eaten since before we
the
performed.
Mater D was still on at Royal Farm, though, right?
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
But I might
Yes.
have had a mac and cheese bite at 6 p.m. before drinking and
Oh, I've
performing.
done it a
Now,
thousand
time out.
times.
We did the Popeyes chicken sandwich
That's
on
it.
the
Oh,
way
we
there.
Did. We did.
Now
No,
stop
it's
at
that-
Popeyes.
Oh, it's incredible.
So
I don't
So
like
good.
Popeye's chicken because it's too spicy.
You don't have to get the spicy one.
You can get
They
the
have a
classic. They have a
non-spicy-
classic chicken sandwich.
It's
That's
the
what I
bun.
got.
It's
Is
bigger
it
and
better
juicier.
than Chick-fil-A?
I think so.
Different. I can't say it's better because it's
I don't
just
like
so
Chick-fil-A's
different.
chicken sandwich that much.
What?
If I go there, I'll get their chicken strips. I don't think their sandwich is that good.
There's, you've lost a lot of credibility. with
Well, go to Popeyes.
I will.
And you'll get something.
Now,
Yeah, it's a
here's the
great
thing.
drop
Now,
right
here's
there.
the thing. Their breast is fucking. It's huge.
I beg your pardon?
moist,
And it's
delicious.
just- and then
so
the
is every fat girl. Does that mean you want to? Does that mean you want to eat it all? You
if they tasted like that, fucking sandwich.
Hey, I found this pickle in here. You should have cut it first.
I'll tell you what. If
then you roll it in some flour and deep fry
I was
it.
gonna say if it's breaded and deep fried, I'll take a bite. Anything's good.
Find
deep
that
fried.
wet spot.
And any fat girls that just got offended, don't be. Look at me. I'm a fat pig.
Man.
So yeah, this was like the tour, the fried chicken tour
Right.
weekend. So we go in. Now we proceed to drop $30 to $40.
I have to tell. I have to.
Well, you guys got
provide-
appetizers.
I have to provide a little bit more detail.
Go
I have
for
to
it. Yeah,
provide
that's
a
what I
little bit
want.
more
That's what I
detail.
want.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
We go into the place and we're drunk, right? And
Yeah.
and like Eric's like and Walker are standing at the
Counter.
order
thing
ca-
that you
the-
order
the
on.
order
You just
screen.
press the buttons
Yeah.
or whatever. And Eric and Walker.
What time
just-
did you start drinking today?
yeah, but my stuttering, I'm sorry. No, about a half hour ago. No, but so Eric's like kind of drunk and doesn't want to order. He's basically gives Walker the keys to the kingdom, and she orders like almost $40 worth of chicken.
God
well,
bless
that's
her.
fine. We're all hammered, but it's with our card. It's our company credit card, and we're like, it's fine, but we all want to eat.
And Tommy Highland was there too.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there like the Godfather, sitting
Right.
back with his
Right.
fingers crossed,
So-
just going.
There's four of us. There's four of us, right? So then we get in the car and we head back to the hotel.
hotel.
Well, Eric sends me in with
Hold on.
Tommy
Well, I
Highland
stopped
and Walker.
because I had to park around back. I said,
Correct.
You guys go ahead. I was being nice.
Yeah. Oh no, you weren't doing
Dropped
anything
them
wrong.
off at the doorstep.
Right.
Because you also had to get Tommy checked in.
That's-
I would
what's
expect
happening.
nothing less from you.
So
truthfully.
Eric goes to park the car. He says, "Hey, can you get Tommy checked in?" I said, "Sure." So Walker grabs the food. Tommy and Walker and I go inside. Well, Walker and we're all standing right at the front desk, and I say, "Hey, wait here. I'm going to go get Tommy checked in." So I'm getting Tommy checked in. I turn around, and Eric walks in. I go, "Hey, we got Tommy all checked in." He goes, "Great. Where's Walker?" And I
5
go,
minutes, by the way.
Yeah, I
Maybe
go-
this took 5 minutes for me to park and come in.
I go, I don't know. I thought I was getting him checked in. I'm sorry.
So what was my next question?
Tell me, what is it?
All right. Who has the food?
Yeah, who's got
and
the
you
food?
go, you're sitting there eating a bag of chips, and you hold up a bag and you kind of turn it and look into it, and you're like, well, I got with a mouthful of chips, so I got the drinks, and I'm like, fucking great.
Oh, I had the bag of drinks. I got a fake.
I'm
so,
so confused on this story.
why is that?
When you got out of the car,
Yeah.
was Walker with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
They all got out at
So
the same
between
time.
you getting out of the car and getting into your room, she vanishes.
I go to
checking-
check Tommy in.
Right.
Okay. So Tommy Walker and I
So
walk
his back
into the lobby.
is to the lobby.
And I say, wait here, you two.
I got it now.
I'm going to check Tommy in. And then
Right.
I turn around and go, here, Tommy, here's your key. And then Eric walks in, and I go, hey,
Where's
cool.
Walker?
I got him.
Right.
He goes, where's Walker?
Because I started connecting dots immediately, like, I guarantee you she has the fucking food.
So then
Right.
we're like, oh, she probably just went up to her room. We know what room she's in. We got her
Right.
checked in. Let's head up there. And we're not trying to be rapey. We just want
we
chicken.
just want our
fucking
goddamn
chicken.
chicken.
Right.
But here's the thing. I know she's been on like a 3-day bender. I know she was exhausted. And we've now been drinking for like 5 hours.
Right. She could have literally walked in.
And it face planted. And
Right.
at that point, nothing's
You're
going to
not
wake
getting
that
the
up.
fucking chicken.
No.
Worst fears realized. We go knock on the door. We're like,
Yeah.
and then we're standing there for a couple seconds, and we're like, geez. And then Eric's like, get out of the way. And he bangs on the door like harder, like,
Yeah.
And she's still not picking up. And Eric is getting mad, boy. He's hungry. He's like,
Who is this, Eric?
Right
here.
Oh, yeah.
He's going, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Are
Right.
you fucking serious? And then he's like, get out of the way. I mean, banging on this door. He's like, should we call the front desk? What should we do?
Oh,
Should we
my
fucking
God.
call
Well,
the
here
front-"
was my concern. I was like, I hope this is the right room.
It was.
So I went
was.
down to the lobby just to make sure because I didn't want to be blowing this room up, and it's not even the right room.
Right.
Meanwhile,
And I
Tommy had some
confirmed-
like jerky. He and I are sipping on some jerky
Yeah.
outside the door. We're getting just a little bit of sustenance. And Eric is going ballistic. I mean, he's seeing absolute fucking red. So yeah, we never got our chicken.
Oh, my God.
He was so. I've never seen him go to bed so angry. It was his heart. His
Was she
little
in her
heart-
room passed out?
So the next morning, and by the way, the whole time he's like, "I'll tell you this fucking much," because she drove with us.
Right.
He
Yeah.
goes, "She doesn't get up at fucking 7 in the morning.
I'm
We're
fucking
leaving her
leaving.
ass." Yeah,
Joe,
And
tough guy, Eric.
He
Who would have sat there until 4 in the afternoon?
No, he
by
was
the way?
dead serious
Oh,
after this
bullshit.
chicken
He
incident.
doesn't have it in him.
Those chicken
He doesn't.
incidents,
You and I
boy.
would have been going by 7. Eric would have been waiting. Is she? I just want to make sure she's okay. Stefan and I would have been like, "Fuck that bitch. We are gone. Screw her. She stole a fucking chicken."
So the next morning we get in the truck and I don't remember, you got in the truck and I pull in and I look over and you got a fucking drumstick in your hand and you're like, dude, the chicken was in the truck the whole time. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. And you were like, no, Walker had it in her room.
I fucked him. I just grabbed a drumstick. And
So I turned and looked over my shoulder. I was like, so Walker, how was the chicken? She goes, yeah, I took 2 bites and fell asleep and woke up this
She didn't
morning.
even get it.
And
She
it
didn't
was
even
like
have it.
it
Oh
was
my
like
God.
she was like, I woke up with this 2 bites out of a chicken breast in my hand. And him and I was like, give me some of that fucking chicken.
Yeah,
and he and I are
that's
in the
hysterical.
front seat just eating it. And she's in the back like, oh God, oh, how are you guys
I
doing
would have
that?
housed that chicken.
Oh, we were tearing it up. And I'm like, I would have loved to have done this 5 hours
And
ago.
I can relate because Royal Farms chicken is still in the top 3 5 hours later.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know how some you get chicken and if you don't eat it quick,
Yeah. Oh no.
Royal Farms holds.
I think when it's cold, it almost holds the flavor
Oh,
even
yeah,
more.
yeah.
It's like mac and cheese the next day. It's just. It's
I literally
better.
have walked into I'm not making this up, a Royal Farm, and I always get the same thing. I get 2 drumsticks and 2 thighs because I like greasy dark meat. And I've come out to my car and eaten it sitting in the Royal Farms lot, and then all right, I'm going to drive home. But I think I could eat 4 more when I get home. And I've gone back in and gotten another 4-piece. And the lady has said to me, "Didn't I just make this for you?" And I go,
Stop fucking judging me.
"Yeah." It's literally like, nobody's fucking asking you, lady. It's on the fucking ticket. Put it in the box.
Yeah, you know what? I learned something new too with someone recently. My girlfriend taught me that
Yeah.
you can ask, or you should ask how long that chicken's been sitting there. On the
Oh,
lid,
horse shit.
Or you could maybe get some new chicken fried up for you.
You gonna sit there for 14 minutes though and wait for her batch?
I don't know, but if it's been
Wait,
there
wait,
a
wait,
long
wait,
time,
Wait, and then
it
after the
changes
14
it.
minutes, you got to wait another probably 10 to let
For
it
them to
cool
ma- yeah.
off because it shit's like
Yeah, man.
scalding
But the
hot.
hot and
700
fresh,
degrees.
There is
grease.
something to be said for it hot and fresh right out of the fryer.
Oh my god.
There is something to be. It's like
Yeah, you know what it
Krispy Kreme's
is?
Donuts.
Ah! It's so hot. It's so hot. Tongue won't move.
Oh man.
Good one, Mick. I guess I walked into that.
Yeah, you did.
Where's the fucking chicken now?
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
So we're gonna shift gears a little bit.
Where are we
here.
going? Into third or fourth?
We're going into 4th gear here.
All right.
So Stefan, I
Yes, Eric.
mentioned to you that I'm officially at the 4-year mark of my foreskin restoration progress.
Oh my goodness!
What?
4 years he's been restoring his foreskin.
I've never seen Mickey like so puzzled ever.
You know this story.
Wait, hold on.
I thought you knew this story.
You know Eric's restoring his foreskin. That you know.
I thought he got it snipped a couple years ago.
No, I had a circumcision as a
and you're
newborn.
getting the hood put back on.
Yes.
Well, he's restoring it. So basically, I gotta keep it abbreviated because we've dedicated episodes.
Yes.
to
All right,
this.
just real quick.
Real
tell
quick,
me,
he's got
is he regrowing foreskin?
No, you can't regrow it. He's got like pulleys and weights that are stretching it back over.
Yes, he's
What the
regrowing.
fuck is wrong with you?
Well, hold on, Mick.
I don't give a shit what you say next. This fucking story is retarded.
No,
Go ahead.
no. I actually had pain with my nocturnal
what?
boners. Pain because the circumcision was so tight.
He believes he was cut too
when
tight.
I was
and he would
getting
get
an
pain
erection,
with
it
erections.
was like it was pulling. There wasn't enough skin, so
Dick's
it hurt.
too big. He's got too big.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. God
Almost
damn
threw
you!
up in my mouth.
It's huge, by the way.
Stretching the skin. It's so big. It's pulling the skin.
This is true. So
Your skin. Look at me. I want to show you something. Why your story is horse shit.
okay.
All right. I have not grown any way height wise.
Okay.
How old am I? 51.
So wait, hold on. Are you,
hold on.
No, are you saying that I'm lying and that I have not restored my foreskin?
It's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
at all.
okay, no, I'm
Here's
just
why I'm saying your
clarifying.
story's bullshit.
Afraid you're gonna pull it out.
No. So look at me, right?
Okay.
So as a grown man at say 20, 21, I was like 125 pounds.
Okay.
Don't tell me, can everybody see this? That skin can't stretch a shitload and far, and all of a sudden your dick was too big to handle that extra fucking millimeter. It had to stretch. Go fuck yourself.
No,
I'm not buying that story.
That's a valid argument, but
fucking
that's
right,
bullshit,
it's valid.
though.
It's
But
not
that's bullshit.
The stretchiest skin in the
Well, hold
world is scrotum,
Time out.
followed by
Hold on.
cock skin.
But that's because
End of story.
But that's because it's constant tension on it. For
On
like
what?
a few minutes out of the night, it's not constant enough to make the skin.
What did you have? 8 boners until you were 40?
Yeah, I did.
Get out of that. I don't know. Look, I'm not denying that you had some dick problems.
Okay,
in a
well, hold
vein
on.
Or whatever.
So time
Nobody's
out.
arguing
Time
that.
out, though. Hold
I'm
on.
just saying,
Time
you
out.
can't stretch your dick back out, and all of a sudden it goes, whoo, that feels better.
It did. I'm not fucking lying to you, okay? 1, 2, it
Does
actually
your wife
is-
just have a fucking
it's making it has
circumcision
improved
thing like
it-
she wanted you to have?
No. She was against it actually when I
Okay.
brought it all up. But it's actually improved sex as well. So
How does it? What do you mean? How did it improve
God, this
sex?
is a fucking slippery slope. Okay.
Well, you're also dealing with a Catholic here.
right. So
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let her rip.
Well,
Go
I used
ahead.
to be. Go
So
ahead.
no, okay. So
Look, wait. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. You know what? Talk about your foreskin.
I'm thankful for my new foreskin, by the way. I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
So okay, sex is
Talk about your
without
thankskin.
the foreskin, it is all friction based. Therefore, it creates pain for the female.
There's a lot of viscosity and thermal breakdown. Sorry. I'm sorry. I
No,
had
that's good.
to.
That's good.
Hold on,
That's
what are
good.
you, 5W30 and the rest of us are 10W20?
Yes.
What are you talking? Hold on. So you're saying that if
Because you're okay, so you're basically the head of your dick is not supposed to be exposed. It's exposed. Now it's creating a callus over that, and that's dampening the nerve sensitivity.
That's right.
have you ever had a callus on your dick?
Nope.
I've jerked
It
off
is a
for
callus
48
on your
years
dick.
now or whatever it is, right? Multiple times a day. I have rough hands.
Right.
I have
That's
no.
That's from
Yeah, but my
continuous-
dick is fine.
But it's the same.
How are you
thing.
rubbing your? What are you using?
Sandpaper.
Like, yeah. What do you
Do you
have?
need
Some sort of.
lubrication every time you masturbate? Or
No.
you just go raw dog it.
I do too. I don't
I've
lubricate.
never. I mean,
I don't lubricate.
maybe
Ooh.
20 times. I it just happened to.
If it's a real special occasion.
Yeah,
I'll
like
lubricate.
I mean, it's Thanksgiving
So the rest of
tomorrow.
the
I
time
might
you're
light a
just
candle.
so the rest of the time
Yeah.
you're just fucking rubbing like fire.
I've
creating a
never
fire.
beat off like you're doing. what is that? What are you? Is that the Eskimo masturbation?
He's got so much friction. He's
Jesus
rubbing it
Christ.
like he's starting a fire on a fucking with a log, a fire log. Yeah, you're like an old Indian.
It looks like Tom Hanks from that movie where Wilson floats away. Castaway. Your dick's a castaway. Jesus. What the fuck? I wish I know you. I know what it's like to have told the same story 20 times to the same audience. So I don't want to dwell on this, but you've now stretched your foreskin back to look like you have foreskin?
Yes.
So when you have an erection now, the ridge is covered?
Now that's
No.
on the RCI scale.
Right. There's another. Now see,
There's
you're
a
digging
scale.
in deeper.
There's a scale. We've talked about this. That's
Stop.
It's
Next
Mickey.
topic. I can't deal with
It's
this.
called the real coverage index. Now, what you're talking about?
I have 0, right?
What
Right.
you're talking about is
Yes.
called fully erect with overhang. Okay, and that's the goal of every restorer.
Oh, you're not the only one?
No, there's a community of this.
And they all had pain because their cocks were too big
Or they
for
wanted,
the
or
suit.
they wanted to be righted back to where they were when they were born because a circumcision is
That is
pointless.
kinda way
it's
it was
completely
made.
pointless.
What
That's the
is?
other reason. A circumcision is fucking pointless.
Except that it is cleaner.
No, it's not.
Do you not know how to use soap and water, son?
Okay.
It's not cleaner. Okay, and dude, by the way,
My
Back
father
then-
still
hold on,
has a
time
good
out.
dick.
I have
Nowadays, you might be right.
Now
But
I
the
have-
reason they
hold on.
started doing it was health reasons.
it was all bullshit, dude. I've
religious.
done the research. Dude, I have two
It's
girls.
kosher.
I have 2 fucking girls, and I can tell you right now,
They've had circumcisions?
no,
That's fucking weird.
no,
smoking gun.
cleaning that shit out is a fucking
What, a vagina?
yeah.
When my daughter was born, it was my first child. I would look in her diaper. If it was pee, I was okay.
Right.
You can just wipe
Right.
and go. But if she had some mess down there,
yeah.
I looked at my wife. I'm like, I can't
This is-
get in
yeah,
there.
exactly.
That's violation.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Me
With
too.
with an uncircumcised penis, there's
Not gonna
no
lie.
way. There's nowhere for anything to like.
You know the little hose on a sink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what? My children's asses
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's safer.
Dude, today I just felt like a fucking gynecologist because my daughter's shit, and it's like,
But she's
fucking-
13.
Okay,
She should
guys.
be able to.
All right, listen. We're way too far down the rabbit hole. What's
Yeah, 13.
everybody's favorite dish for Thanksgiving? Huh? What's your
I'm not
favorite
going to lie.
dish? What's your
I
favorite
look
dish?
forward to this one thing more than anything in the world, and that's the green bean casserole
Yes.
with the onion thing on top. Oh, my
Little
God.
bacon or what
Yeah,
do you
sometimes
like?
there's bacon, and they got that cream of mushroom base.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
About that-
Okay.
how about the extra skin on that fried chicken?
Oh, do you put it?
Turkey.
Yeah, well, my
Sorry,
grandmother.
turkey.
Now it makes sense because every Thanksgiving morning I can remember as a kid, she would be pulling the skin of the turkey.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want the meat to be too tight,
Right.
and not let the juices through.
Well, of course.
Man.
Yeah. I thought
You
it
gotta
looked.
tuck pads of butter under the skin.
You know what I
That's
think?
right.
A lot of times when I look at the turkey and the skin on the turkey, I think, man, that skin's on there real tight. That probably hurts that turkey. You know.
Damn right it does.
Ain't feeling a
And you know
thing.
that turkey's got a vein that goes right through the middle of it that just had to be dying.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started having pain?
I mean, it's my whole life. I didn't. It's
Seriously, like in your adolescence, everything.
yeah. I thought it was normal. I thought it was like a normal thing.
You thought getting a boner was
No.
supposed to hurt?
yeah.
Really?
Yes, because
he's
what
not
the
even
fuck difference
Catholic.
did I know? What difference did I know?
I don't know.
one
I
night-
guess the difference every other guy knows.
Yeah, it's supposed to feel
Well,
really.
it's not
supposed to-
something. It's not something you would just openly talk about.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I
Until-
guess you're right.
And this whole thing.
So, like,
kinda,
when you had sex, I just need to know this.
Right.
When you had sex as a young man, or however old you were, I'm guessing 28, when you finally lost your virginity. But
I'm almost 40. It was last year.
Yeah. But no, so when you had sex as a young man, did that hurt?
No, the sex part didn't hurt.
But wasn't every time you got a boner, didn't it hurt?
Yeah, I mean, it did. I don't.
It's because
sex
your
took the
story
pain away.
is full of shit, Eric.
no, it's not.
You just wanted to have extra skin on your dick. Just
Well,
say
I
that, and I'll have more respect for you
that's-
than some bullshit it hurt. I had to loosen the
That
glove.
is one of. There's like 10 different reasons.
And what-
that
but
was
the
one.
main- yeah,
that is
thank
one.
you.
That's what sparked the whole thing. I woke up one night. I was like, "This can't."
Did
fucking
you
be
ever
normal.
look at your wife and say, "My dick hurts so bad"?
I never said that to her.
Then it's horseshit.
Why do you say it's horseshit?
Because what man would have pain in his dick and not tell the closest person to his dick?
that's no. I don't know.
I would tell any girl I was with, I got a little pain in my dick. You know what would help it? You. Like,
Yeah.
I would use any excuse to get somebody to touch
This
it.
erection hurts so badly. I need to get rid of it.
Can you rub it?
Put your mouth on it.
Can you kiss my boo-boo?
Yeah, no, it doesn't work out that way. Doesn't work.
I don't
out
know,
that way.
dude. I love you to death, and you know that. But this story just sounds like you have some weird fetish, and you're afraid to come clean with it.
No.
And it's okay. You're amongst friends.
True.
Just
What,
say,
okay,
I
what kind
wanted
of
to
weird fetish would it be?
I don't know. Why do people put those hooks through their nipples and pull them up. I don't fucking judge people.
Right.
I don't know. You wanted extra skin on your dick. Fuck it. Every time I've eaten fried chicken and I get all the skin down, I'm like, I wish there was more skin on this chicken. Maybe that's how you look at your dick. Like, it gets fully erect and you're like, if it just had some stuff hanging or extra movement, I would feel better.
If you like extra skin on your chicken, you should try the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Because it is
No meat.
It's delectable.
No meat, just all skin.
See, everybody likes more skin.
I'm just telling you, bro. I mean this man to man. I'm now at the point in my life where if I had a fetish, everyone in the world
but
would
it's not.
know.
That's I'm seriously thinking about this, I can't. It's not. It's not.
I
not
just
a
think
fetish.
that something you may have seen an uncircumcised dick when you were little. Hear me out.
Okay.
And you thought that's what a dick was supposed to look like. And then you kept looking at your dick like, something's wrong with my dick. And then psychologically and subconsciously, you manifested either pain or some sort of pseudo problem with your dick that you wanted foreskin.
Maybe
the first porn you saw was some European 19-inch cock just drilling something, and you thought yes, and then you looked down at your dick and you were like, I don't have that turtleneck on.
This is insightful.
That's what I think.
No, and it's not something that I would know cognitively.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying it's a better story to say.
All right.
I wanted extra skin on my dick.
Yeah.
Like, I could look at a guy and go, fuck yeah, man, own it. Not that my dick got so hard and big that I needed to stretch the skin.
Well, but that's the thing too, is people are when they demand some sort of a reason.
Yeah, well, it's Mickey. Just I think got to the bottom. He's like
no, that's good. No, that's good. It makes total fucking sense.
Like a Freudian dick doctor.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
There's probably about 250,000 other guys out there that could go for this conversation.
I'm telling you right now that there is
the
definitely
hotline open. Is the hotline open?
Think of if every guy thinks about the thing they love the most sexually.
Yeah,
you can trace it back to something that was very early in your sexual development.
Right.
And it could have been before you actually even had an ejaculation.
I'm going to come open. I have a friend that I grew up with was uncircumcised.
And
that's
you
where
were in love with him.
And you always wanted to fuck him.
And you always wanted to fuck him. And you just never got a chance to. And it's okay. You can relive it over and over and now with the fact that you've taken a beautiful tank top and turned it into a turtleneck. I don't know what else to say to you.
I don't know, man. When it's cold out, I'd rather be wearing a turtleneck than a tank top.
You're going to tell me your dick's warmer now?
It is.
Mike, what's your
Stefan, how do you live on this planet of insanity? Mike, what do you think? Am I even close?
I looked into the same thing about 15 years ago only because, or make that 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Because my father is uncircumcised.
Right. I get it. So psychologically, as a child,
and then I question,
that's what your dick's supposed to look like.
And then I questioned everybody, hey,
right.
why did you do this to me?
But that is what it's supposed to look like.
Well, yeah, but they've been doing it for thousands of years. You understand that, right? This isn't something that like Dr. Jonah Salk decided he was
I don't remember
the
the percentage. It's like less than like 25% of the male population on the planet is circumcised.
Yeah, it's Jews,
just all focused
Jews
in this country.
And I'm serious. It's Jews and
Catholics.
And Catholics. I'm Catholic, dude. I mean, I was raised Catholic.
But it's all a religious thing. And Stefan even found that Bible story about how they're like, well, we're going to go out there and cut off these dudes.
King Saul, and 400 or 100 Philistine
that was
foreskins.
different. That wasn't. Yeah, but that was a different thing we could get into.
No, that was for the hand of his daughter.
Correct.
It was. I think it was 100 Philistine foreskins.
But that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not making it up.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But
Sorry,
but he was an overachiever and brought him like 140,000. I took all the foreskins in all of Baghdad and Europe. Mike, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Besides foreskin.
Yeah, what do you like?
I'm also a fan of the green bean casserole.
It's incredible.
Okay.
Stuffing, obviously.
Stuffing, I love.
I'm not a huge stuffing guy.
No?
And my grandfather, like my family and anyone that's eaten it, like raves about it. It was like his secret recipe.
Yeah.
I eat it sometimes, and I'm like, nah, it's okay. I never crave it. You know what I do crave more than anything Thanksgiving? The next day, turkey, cranberry sauce sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
You ever had one of them?
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
I'll put
And the
everything
good thing
on
about
a
the
sandwich.
cranberry sauce, Eric, is it's stretchy.
Yeah.
So you can put it on anything.
It's like, jiggly. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'll do it all. I'll do mashed potatoes, stuffing.
Oh, me too.
Gravy, turkey,
On a
cranberry
sandwich?
sauce on a sandwich.
Wow.
I'm talking deep dicking.
Yeah.
I go deep dicking on sandwiches.
Fully
the next
skinned.
day. Yeah. I'm talking all the leftovers.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Tim Fullpower's chimed in many times, by the way.
I bet he has.
Who?
Tim Fullpower.
Who's he?
He's from Thunder Bay,
Thunder
Canada.
Bay, Canada.
What's he do?
The only DJ in town that doesn't know who Tim is.
I know.
Yeah, I don't
You
get
apparently
it.
don't get
Oh,
a
the
lot
weather
of-
guy?
No.
Is he the guy that does
No,
weather
that's
reports?
Frankie McDonald.
That guy's the greatest human on earth.
No. No, Tim stays close to 98 Rock.
I'm going to teach you guys something.
What's
'Cause
that?
how long have you been doing this show?
At least 30, 40 years.
No, seriously.
How long have we been?
Just over 3 years.
There you
Okay.
go.
There's a thing when you're doing this called segues.
Right.
So when you get to the end of a subject and you feel like it's ending, that somebody has to pick that up and move it to the next thing.
Right.
Because when you have that like 15 seconds of awkward silence and then you go, what we're going to do now. So Stefan, if he's going to read, you have to pick up the end of the conversation and move it into that.
So what sort of Thanksgiving foods do you like? Eric, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
My favorite Thanksgiving food is a Dutch ovened chicken.
Oh, what a transition. You know, we just had one of those over the weekend.
We did. We sure did.
When we went to the Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
We went skeet shooting.
By the way, is there a Western Shore?
We're on it.
We're on it.
This is the Western
Yeah.
Shore.
This is.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the
But it
Western
never
Shore.
is called that, is it?
It is on the Eastern Shore.
It really is?
Yeah.
Well, the Western Shore is that beach right on the side of the
Sandy
bridge.
Point, right?
Yeah, that's
the Western Shore.
Right.
That 2 acres of beach there.
That
right?
little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Okay,
the
got
Western
it.
Shore.
I've just never heard the term
Thanks for
Western
fucking
Shore.
up our segue, by the way.
Yeah,
I
no
can't.
problem.
I can't remember what they call that beach over there.
Say it's Sandy Point State Park.
Sandy
Yeah.
I
Point.
thought there was another name for it.
I don't know.
No, on the Eastern Shore, people refer to this side as the Western Shore.
So Eric's father, in his retirement, bought about 50 acres of property from Young Life, from the Young Life Corporation. They didn't need the property anymore. It used to be an old working farm, and now he bought 50 acres of property. And
On the Eastern Shore?
on the Eastern
Okay.
Shore, just outside of Cambridge, right? So now we go there annually. This is the fourth
Right.
year, the second
Third
year.
year. Third year.
Third year. This is the second year I've attended. So what we'll do is he's got one of the throwers, and we take a bunch of shotguns and pistols and shit.
And shoot skeet?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When do you do this?
So we did this
We
this
just did this
past
past
weekend.
weekend.
Thanks for the invite, you
Well,
dicks.
Didn't
Now-
know you were interested, but
now-
next year
Shooting stuff?
you're
That's what I was gonna-
make it. You're only invited if you don't stand us up.
One fucking time. It was a bad one, too. I
it was-
felt so fucking
It was
bad.
for charity.
It was for charity.
charity.
I felt
A
so
charity
bad.
we know very well.
What charity?
Kelly's Dream.
I did something for
It's
them
okay.
once.
It's okay.
Comedy show.
Yeah.
We did comedy for
Yeah.
them.
Ah, God, I feel terrible.
It's
there.
one of their motorcycle rides.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was up in Falston.
Yes.
I did that for them.
Yep,
Yep.
At
They're
that
great people.
At that place up on the corner.
Yeah, that's some asshole.
place.
Yeah.
So have you ever been skeet shooting?
Yeah, as
Yeah?
a kid.
Yeah.
We lived on a farm
Okay.
for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I have. I like rifle shooting more, like target shooting.
Right.
Sure.
I
We
like
do that too. We do that too.
Yeah. So
Shotguns aren't. I don't like the kickback really.
yeah, we had the 12 gauges. Now, Eric, we shot all kinds of different shotguns,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You had to describe what we were shooting. Yours is like
Mine is it's an over under.
over under, and that's
Classic,
what?
very classic.
That's just the barrel just opens
Yep.
up and you load 2 shells in and click
Close
it
it,
closed
yep.
and
Oh
lock
fuck
it.
yeah, that's hang 'em high, Clint
Yeah,
Eastwood
yeah,
right
yeah,
there,
click
baby.
it shot.
It's
That
very
was good.
classic.
Yeah.
Very
And then we
classic.
had some pump
had
actions.
some pump actions.
Right? Loading the cartridges. And they had about five shells
Yes.
in the magazine.
For skeet shooting, that's
Are they all
okay.
12 gauge?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they were all
They were all
12
12 gauge.
gauges. Well, so
And then we did have a semi-automatic, but that one, of course, was fucking up. That's
Yeah.
why I
Were
don't
you
use
guys use
semi-automatic.
buckshot or
No, just target loads for
Yeah.
that. Buckshot would be challenging.
you grew up with guns though, right?
Yes.
Down there. See,
Yep.
when I was on the farm for those couple years, because my grandfather was a horse trainer, thoroughbred trainer. I loved it. Like I loved as a kid being on a farm with racehorses.
Yeah.
Even though they're the craziest fucking animals.
Yeah.
Horses are amazing.
Yeah.
Thoroughbreds, racehorses, they're fucking crazier
High
than
maintenance?
deer. They're just, you can't, I mean, you walk near one and they freak the fuck out.
Oh,
Seriously.
they're all like jumpy.
Oh my God, most skittish animals. Thoroughbreds.
Interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, and I remember them shooting, and it was like fascinating to me. You know, they'd pull that trigger on that little disc, and it'd fly up, and they would shoot, and it would explode.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And my uncle let me shoot one, and I think it was a 12 gauge, and I was like 8, and it fucking blew me back like 6 feet.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm never fucking shooting a shotgun again. Scared the fuck out of me. Really
Have you shot a shotgun since then?
I don't know if I've shot. I think I shot a shotgun once since then.
Right.
But I've shot a ton of rifles. But I can't own guns because I'm crazy and irresponsible.
Right. Well,
Yeah. Seriously, I know as a young man, all my friends were buying guns and stuff, and I'm literally like, first of all, I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm half Irish. I could lose my temper in a second. Like I knew I wasn't responsible enough to own them.
Well, that's good. No,
But I think people should be allowed to own them. I'm for
Right.
people owning them.
Yeah.
I am. Just not me. I'm smart enough to know.
That's
good.
That's good if you're
Yeah.
smart enough to know.
But most crazy people don't know
that.
they're crazy. They think everyone else is crazy.
Right.
I know I'm fucking
Knowing
crazy.
it is half the
That's
battle.
like
Yeah.
the definition of crazy. You
Right.
think everyone else is.
So I
and
think
you
that
don't
actually
know.
makes you uncrazy, like less
No, I'm
crazy than you
fucking
think.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I am.
right.
You should just trust me. Just
Okay.
getting ready to come here. Look what I'm wearing.
Yeah, you look
Right?
great. You look
No,
great.
A
It's not-
t-shirt, a V-neck t-shirt,
Yeah,
and jeans.
yeah.
You crazy son of a bitch.
You don't understand. I changed my shirt 8 times.
You're just like the cool teacher.
Hey, thanks for
in
dressing up for the podcast.
1974. The cool teacher in 1974.
I don't know. Go talk to Mr. Cucchiella.
Yeah,
He'll help you out.
He'll help you.
Mr. C. Mr. C.
What's wrong, Cindy?
C, that's
Yeah,
it.
Mr. C. What's wrong? Well, Mr. C.
Nobody can
my
say his
boy-
last name. It's just Mr.
Mr. C. Yeah. What's wrong? Well, my dad won't listen to me, and my mom thinks I'm slutty. Come into my office, honey. Mr. C will help you.
Oh, Mr. C's got
Mr.
real
Ooh,
pervy.
this got
Hey,
creepy.
Mr. C, what are those weights hanging from the end of your dick? Oh, when
Don't
I
worry
get a
about
boner,
that.
it really hurts because my cock is so big. There's not enough skin for it.
See, here's the thing. Okay, so I saw uncircumcised dick when I was a kid, and it changed me for life. You shot a shotgun too big for you as a kid, and it changed you for life. You're like, I'm never going to shoot that again.
Yeah, but I'm not going to hang shotguns from my balls. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Maybe some shotgun shells.
Can I say
You know, they're
something
kinda
else
heavy.
about since we're on that scrotum?
Okay.
Do you notice that it's never attractive?
Ever.
You could paint the
Ever.
Mona Lisa on somebody's scrotum and you'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, that's fucking horrible.
Awful.
You know what I've often thought that there's like a brassiere. Why isn't there like a bra for like your balls?
There are.
The
Are
bro.
They-
The
yeah,
bro.
no,
Really?
well, they have the bro, but there's a thing called the harness.
For your testicles?
And it just
cups them?
it cups them and holds them up.
I could use something like that. You know I have
That's what-
notoriously
do you know
long
that-
balls.
But do you know that's what
You
jock
do.
strap? Have you ever worn a jock strap?
Yeah, but I'm not going to walk around every day with a jock strap
My
on.
dad's generation.
I can fit my balls clean in my ass, Mackie. I mean, they're
Wow.
long.
Sounds like we get freaky.
Yeah, long balls.
I can fit
Sometimes,
my balls in my
sometimes
This
when
is fit my balls in my ass Thursday.
And you're what, 15 years young? How old are you?
I'm 35.
He's
yeah.
a
You're
young buck.
16 years younger than me.
Yeah.
My balls still sit up. It's unbelievable.
Sometimes-
I have a young man's balls.
Sometimes you do. It sounds like
Yeah.
I don't. So sometimes when I go to a public toilet, for instance, and I
You got to
sit down,
throw them over your shoulder.
well, if it's a particularly, let's say it's a particularly low seat, then my balls dip right into that water.
Are you serious?
I've had it happen.
I've had the head of
Yeah.
my thing
I've had
go
to
in the
hold
water.
my balls
Yeah.
while I
but
shit
not my
sometimes.
balls.
No, I gotta hold them like
I've had the
this.
tip of my foreskin. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, of course you have.
now
Well,
you have.
It's tied to a 2-ounce anchor weight. Guy's using ocean
Now,
tackle.
I have to say this before we move on.
Yeah.
Well, there's more to
Well,
get
we're not
to.
moving. Yeah, we
no,
gotta
no,
talk
I
about
know.
the camping weekend
I
still.
move on from the gun shooting portion of
Okay.
it. I have shot guns throughout my life, but I didn't grow up going shooting.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did very well, actually.
You did do very
I was
well.
hitting lots of targets. And
Very
then
well.
I challenged your brother Brad
Yeah.
to a shoot-off.
Right.
Right? Because Brad was nailing all the targets.
Right.
And then,
He's a pretty good shot.
He is. And during a shoot-off, Mickey, they throw 2 clays up, and it's whoever shoots first wins if you hit
Well,
it first.
hold on. Yeah, you got to hit one.
You got to hit it.
Yeah,
obviously.
as soon as that guy put it in the thing, I just start shooting.
Right. And so then I beat Brad in the shoot-off, and I know Brad's an avid listener, so I just wanted to tell you, suck it, Brad.
Suck it,
I
Brad.
fucking beat you grew up shooting guns. I just walk in,
Well-
city slicker, fucking pop them all off, and walk
you-
out and drop the gun.
Do you guys remember Lopez from 90
Yeah.
Rock?
Yeah.
So was a crazy anti-gun liberal his whole life.
Okay.
And he was mugged, I believe in his 40s.
Okay.
And he had a daughter at the time. And he,
Changed
like
him.
any man, thought I got to protect my family.
Yeah.
It was either right outside his house or very close.
Yeah.
And he got really into guns. And when I first started doing comedy on 98 Rock, like going on as a comedian in the 90s, he took me gun shooting. And I hadn't been gun shooting probably since I was 10 years old, like that. And they set up distance targets.
Yep.
We were on this guy's farm, and I'd smoked them all. Like it was an M1,
okay,
with a scope, and I was like, dude, I'm telling you, it was like Sniper 4 in this motherfucker. Nice. I was killing everything they put up. I shot. Now tell me if this sounds impressive, because they couldn't believe it. I shot a beer can at 250 yards.
Okay.
Is that impressive?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never remember the distance.
At that distance, that's a tiny.
They couldn't believe it.
Like 2.5 football fields.
Yeah.
It was long to me, but I can't remember if it was like meters. But I'm pretty sure it's yards. And
you're like, I shot a grape off a man's head.
Yeah,
from about
7 miles.
7 miles away.
7 miles away.
Stop me if this sounds impressive.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you either. He was wearing a hat. That's some bitch. I had 1/2 inch entry hole. I put that fucking slug right through
the
it.
grape was underneath of his hat. I couldn't even see the grape.
And the hat was the same shade of the skin of the grape.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
I had to check the wind conditions and the spatial awareness.
But for some reason,
and the barometric pressures,
and like I did everything right. Like I shot on an exhale. Like it was just very natural for me.
You got to squeeze the trigger.
Yeah.
See, maybe your crazy would have made you a good sniper in the
I
military.
would be an awesome. And here's another thing: I can't shoot an animal.
Okay.
I could not. If my children were starving, I could do it.
Right.
You know what? If I was starving,
but you could shoot a person
every day. I'm not making that up.
Yeah. Love it.
I have no. You know why? Because people can defend themselves.
Yeah.
Animals can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I hate when hunters call it a sport, because it's not a fucking sport.
You gotta kill it before you grill it.
Yeah, but when I can drive to a store and buy whatever I want, I don't see the need to go Paul Bunyan and fucking shoot something. I can just go 70 miles. 70 yards.
Except you can't buy deer meat at a store.
Yeah, it's illegal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, game. If it's pen raised, yes.
Yeah.
But it's pen
you know what, though? I've never woken up in America and thought, if I don't get some fucking venison soon, I'm going to kill somebody.
Well.
I just always felt that beef, lamb, all that was good enough. I don't need a deer.
Unless you've had some Sika backstrap stuff
on. Oh, good stuff.
I've had venison.
Yeah,
no.
No. What is that venison too?
There's a particular deer over on the eastern shore.
What's it called?
Sika deer.
Sika deer. It's actually sort of invasive, or they brought it over from.
They brought it over
Asia,
for Japan. Yes.
Japan,
and it looks literally like you took an elk and you shrank it down.
So it's a little.
How the fuck can you shoot that?
Oh,
because
so
the meat is so delicious.
I've never shot it. I can't do it, but they shoot it and then I eat it.
And they procreate. And they take. These things just procreate, man. They take over.
And that whole thing about we have to thin the herd.
Well, we do.
True.
We do.
Or what?
There are
then
places.
they'll become diseased, and then they'll all die.
They all jump out. They all jump out.
Natural selection.
They'll overrun the ecosystem.
They also run out in front of cars.
They'll run in front of cars. They'll eat all of the food that we're growing in the fields.
That's it. They're an invasive species.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So they're running roughshod over everything.
Remember that fish that crawled out of a pond a couple years ago?
It's a fucking epidemic.
It's called a snakehead,
by the way.
the
Snakehead. The eastern shore will collapse.
That fish, the snakehead, it will live outside of water, and they are taking over.
By the way, that was 15 years ago.
Yeah, and they're insanely taking over right now. The
really?
only reason
how many snakeheads have affected your life?
Hold on, they're tearing up the marsh. The only reason that
the marsh that matters.
It does.
Is snakehead a racial term?
Yeah. Who are you referring to, Eric, when you say snakehead?
The only reason that they're actually getting caught is because the meat is actually really good.
You ever notice that invasive animals are always fucking delicious?
Yeah, they're the best.
That's not true.
No one ever says
not true.
We got to get rid of all these things. Shame we can't eat them.
The nutria.
Yeah,
was
anything
not
we
good.
can eat, we have to kill.
Yeah.
For their own good.
For their own good.
You keep what you kill. You kill.
Now, I'll
what
tell you,
keep.
I can't shoot a deer. I couldn't do that. I couldn't shoot any sort of. But cow, for whatever reason, I'm okay with that because it's hard for me to feel sorry for an animal that you can hunt with a hammer. You know what I mean? At least the deer have a chance because they're like crackheads anyway out there.
Yeah.
So,
Good point.
Anyway.
A deer is a very challenging thing to shoot.
Well, so the next thing, so we did the skeet shooting.
Yep,
that was
yep.
fun. And then the next thing we did, we brought out some pistols,
Yeah,
Mick, and had
some
the target
handguns,
shooting,
some
as you said.
handguns.
So
Yeah.
Not the rifles, but the pistols.
I do
We-
know how to shoot that with the hand under
Yeah.
and all.
Well, we had that. Eric had a 9mm with the
No,
clip.
no.
Oh, that was great, too.
45. 45.
excuse me,
much
45.
bigger than a 9
Yeah, get
45.
your story straight, Tupac.
45. Sorry. It was
Much bigger.
But it was a 12-round clip, semi-auto, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we shoot
12-round clip semi-auto.
There you go.
Pistol.
It's more of a magazine.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Right.
12-round
And that-
magazine.
So that was cool. And then we shot a 44 Magnum that his dad had, which was
Dude.
like a fucking.
it's
gun
literally
like
the
a
gun that
cannon.
Dirty Harry
Dirty
had.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's just go.
It's the largest
thing is-
handgun made in the
It's
world.
the kick on that thing.
And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
And then the last pistol he had. You remember the '89 Batman movie where the Joker just pulls out the gun and it just keeps.
It looks
coming
like an
out?
umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the barrel's like that
Yeah.
long. Your dad had a revolver that had a barrel.
It's a
on
black
it. It was
powder,
about-
muzzle
it
loader,
was
black
called-
powder.
What was he in the Union Army?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Jesus.
And it takes fuck, what is that? 50 caliber
Yeah.
lead ball.
A 50
yeah.
caliber.
Dude, it was
lead
like
ball.
It was like a cannon.
and it's a
How
revolver.
accurate? How accurate?
Revolver.
How accurate?
It's pretty accurate.
I-
I
up
mean,
to
the
like
barrel,
what,
the barrel
50?
on it is like that.
Yeah.
So
Nobody could hit shit with the pistols. Eric hit a couple targets, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then everybody else pretty much didn't hit shit.
it was
Yeah.
more of an
Except your-
excuse to just go pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
just-
yeah, yeah.
Except your dad. So everybody was like kind of nervous. At least the Magnum would like fucking shoot over
The
your
44.
head. Like it kicks over your head.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's
Especially if
huge.
you don't know
You're-
exactly
yeah.
what you're doing.
So everybody's like standing with like 2 feet apart and like holding it like this.
Did
Like,
you lock your elbows in?
No, I was okay.
You
I
gotta
shot it,
stay
like,
loose,
3
but
times.
Yeah.
you know.
But so then Eric's dad like finishes up, and it's Eric's
Yeah,
dad's
it's
gun.
the
right?
end, yes.
Al,
Yeah.
and
End of the-
Al comes out and like he has like,
Al
the
is
hol-
dad?
My
Yeah.
dad's
Okay.
Al,
He has
yeah.
like the holster on his hip, and he'll flip his like shirt back and like just take it with one arm and stand there.
Yeah.
But and he's got the stance where he's got his
Yeah.
other hand like
He's
up
got, like,
against
yeah,
his side.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
hand.
And he's
Yeah.
like he's fucking
My
just-
name,
yeah.
my name
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what's that guy
Diego
from?
Montoya.
Yeah, you
Tony
killed my
Montana.
father.
Yeah.
No, the one from Princess Bride.
Yeah, Tony
that was
Montana.
Yeah, that's it. You killed my
Diego
father.
Montoya.
Either
Yeah,
Montoya.
you
But
killed
yeah,
my
so
father.
we're all holding it like pussies with
Yeah,
2 hands.
two hands.
Yeah.
Al, just oldest guy in the group, just comes out and fucking
Yeah.
single hands it.
gunslingers.
6 bullseyes in a row, turns around, pussies.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think he
much.
was even
Let's
doing
eat
the
lunchtime.
the double action.
Yeah.
Where he was just because that one you can pull the trigger and it'll pull the hammer back and fire, but you
Impressive.
got to squeeze the shit out of it, which makes you kind of twist.
Yeah.
And then that bitch goes off.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Dad's just like fucking popping it.
Impressive firearms.
Yeah. It was
Well,
cool.
there is technique to shooting. I
There
learned
is,
that. I learned
absolutely.
that. I for a while there, I don't know if you remember on the History Channel, they had those target shooter guys that were like the greatest in the world. And I got hooked on that show, and I learned like
Is that the one where they're throwing the targets up and they're going pop, 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 and they're
that,
just
and
shooting them?
they would give a guy like 7 targets that he had to memorize and shoot them in that order.
Yes.
And in a certain amount of time. It was like Rain Man meets Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, it's like Simon.
Yeah,
Named
it was Simon.
Murder Simon.
Murder Simon.
Oh man, that's good.
And then we had some delicious foods. Eric, you did a chicken in a Dutch oven.
Yeah, with
Right?
rice. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
On the fire, on the
Cooked it
campfire.
on the fire. It took about an hour. We
Yeah.
were just getting hammered drunk.
I've never watched. I mean, I've never heard the word Dutch oven
I know.
In a real.
in a real sense.
That's
Yeah.
the idea.
I've heard
you
it
know.
plenty times from people I've been in bed with.
Yeah,
You
right.
just Dutch oven me. What the
Yeah,
heck?
did
Yeah.
you just fart and make
Yeah.
me fucking breathe out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a legit Dutch oven, and it's cast iron. You put the chicken in it, you cook that for about 45 minutes, and then you pull it out, and you throw a bunch of butter and water and some rice in there, and then you throw it back in for another 15-ish minutes.
Well, Martha Stewart, can we go back to talking about man stuff?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding,
Oh,
man.
everybody was manly as hell when they're just like shoveling that into
Yeah.
their mouths, like,
it
oh
was great.
God.
Well, so then we're sitting around the campfire, and we didn't have much entertainment. So we'd been doing the musical comedy stuff. I
Sure.
had some of the songs on my phone. They said, "Pull the phone out, let's hear them." So I put them in like a tin cup to hear it better. Everybody's laughing, having
Yeah.
a good time. And then I dropped my phone and shattered it in like 4 places.
Yeah.
Well, did the guys at least
what?
all pitch in to buy you a new one?
No.
Why? It was
No.
his own dumbass fault for dropping
You
it.
broke your phone again?
I did.
Yeah.
So my
Shocker.
phone's broke
It's like
again.
What kind of
1,000.
phone?
What's that? It's a Samsung
brand new.
Galaxy S something. I don't know. So it's broke.
At
But,
least it's not an iPhone.
No, it's supposed to be unbreakable Gorilla Glass. though.
Every fucking phone you get is Gorilla Glass.
Dude.
It's supposed to be
I dropped
unbreakable,
it, like-
and you fucking break them
Dropped
every
it like
time.
2 feet. This thing sucks.
You got to
Yeah.
take that back if
I'm
it
gonna-
says it's unbreakable.
I'm going to see if I have
Oh,
insurance.
it's very breakable. You broke the shit out of it. Oh,
Speaking
and-
of breaking, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, speaking of breaking shit, prior to that, you decided to take our 4-wheeler for a ride.
Oh yeah, I broke
and
that
you
too.
and you and my brother took off on that thing into the woods in a direction that didn't really have a path.
Well,
and,
it
and
also was about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
and you've been drinking all day.
And I ripped out into these 50 acres with his
Yeah.
brother Brad on my back on the 4-wheeler. And we
and you're a
went,
trained 4-wheel driver.
of course. Actually, I have been on a 4-wheeler many
yeah,
times.
but
I didn't break your fucking 4-wheeler. We're going to get to the bottom of this story. So
just
we
like
go
I
all-
didn't break your guitar.
Hey,
okay.
you didn't pay me for that, and I won't pay you for this. So we went all the way out. We went all the way out into the woods, right? And then we were coming back.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had turned around and we're coming back. But then the thing just starts smoking. And Brad's like, holy shit, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
As Brad bails off
Yeah,
of it.
Brad
'cause
jumps
he's-
off of it. I was like, I can't get the key out. And it's just flaming up. And I'm like, I'm going to die on this fucking
It was flaming.
It was
No,
smoking.
It was smoking, but
But so we turned it off, and like that. But it turned out the engine wasn't seizing up or anything. It wasn't making any weird.
but it was
noises.
like it looked like a murder scene.
Yeah. So oil explodes everywhere. That we. So then we're in the middle of the fucking dark.
No idea where they're
Like
at.
a couple of miles or like a mile from the fucking camp. Right, and so then I'm like, Brad, turn your flashlight off so we can find the light of the fire.
yeah,
Trying to see them in the distance, and then we're just walking, and then a couple of them came and met us with like a lantern. It was very old
Oh
school.
my God.
And then so we had to walk back through the
Thank
woods.
God for
middle
cell
of the night.
phones. Brad calls my dad, and Dad's like, Brad's calling me. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not a good sign because they've been gone for a while.
Oh my
and
God.
I don't hear the 4-wheeler.
And we had to tow it out the next morning with the
They
tractor.
had to go take the tractor back
the
into
tractor
the woods.
broke.
So you
while we were doing
you guys
that.
have 50 acres on the Eastern Shore.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
And,
Do you know who Ed Hale is?
Yeah.
So he has a big place down there with like a ridiculous amount of land, and he's a big hunter and stuff.
Is he a hunter?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Massive.
All right.
Like, and he's also a big fisherman. Like he's been up to the Arctic Circle and stuff.
Whoa.
And yeah. Like real deal stuff. And he said to me one time, he's like, "You ever want to come down the farm and hunt with us?" I'm like, "I'll come down and make you guys laugh and get, eat." And he's like, "That'd be great too." But then I'm like, do I really want to do that? A bunch of guys going out early, and they get all fucked up, and they come back with guns, and then I'm going to sit around talking about them. I don't know if that's a great idea. Seems like I could lose that arrangement.
No, you'd have a blast.
No, I know.
It would be just like that movie, Surviving the Game.
Never
That's a
seen
great-
that.
Oh, that's
You've
with
never
Ice-T
seen that with Ice-T?
and Rutger Hauer.
Oh, man.
They hunt
no.
people. They just drop them on
Yeah.
an island.
The
and hunt
greatest
them.
hunting people movie though is the one with Stone Cold.
Yeah, Predator.
No, where they go on the island.
Right, Predator.
It's not Predator.
It's The Condemned. But
The
I'm
Condemned.
talking about the movie
Condemned.
Predator.
I know Predator,
That's
but
the
that's
best people hunting movie.
no way. Predator's better.
Predators
got-
with Adrian Brody. So
No, what's it called? The Condemned is
Oh, The
better. I
Condemned.
bet. Yeah, that's a better movie because it's got Vinnie Jones in it.
Well, he's good, and Stone Cold's great too.
Yeah, I love Vinnie Jones.
All right, we're going to wrap this episode up, but to wrap it up, you wanted to talk about the shitter.
Oh man, my
Real
favorite
quick.
part of this trip is that Eric's dad has built an outdoor shitter.
Like an outhouse?
No.
And
Okay.
that's why I want to describe it.
Okay.
It's just like
Well, hold on. Go back to last year. We
I
literally
didn't
had to
stay. I didn't even use the facility.
The last couple
I
was
don't
just
know what
literally
you
you
had.
had to like hover over a hole in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I couldn't go on that.
Right.
So now what you have is you have a hole in the ground, and you have like a platform.
Dad built a box.
With a
Does it have a grinder for the dirt inside? I've seen
no,
that.
no.
It's just got it's just a hole
literally
with a shitter
toilet hole with a toilet seat on it.
with
Right.
a shitter over top of it, and it faces away from camp, but it's like close enough that you can still see people in the distance shitting.
in
right?
here,
Right.
you can
So-
hear everything
right.
happening.
So you're just like it's like a little box of shame. There's no walls. You just look the other direction as you sit and shit.
So the toilet's exposed?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, you're sitting-
completely
you're just
So if it's like
exposed.
8 degrees out,
Yeah.
you pull your
Yes.
pants down.
Oh,
Yes.
that's how it was
You
this
are
weekend
just-
too. It was
you were
fucking
just
cold.
literally sitting on a toilet in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, you're just sitting in the woods, just
I
looking.
thought there was at least like a fake shed around it
no,
or something.
no, there's nothing around you. And then the best thing is an old he attached an old Folgers can that houses the shitter paper. So like you reach down and peel off the fresh top to get your shitter paper out, and then drop it in the hole.
that was a Sean. That was
Well,
a Sean edition.
I'll
Almost
tell you
threw
what
up
I will
on it.
do is the next time you guys go down, I will go and I will build a box around this thing.
That's great.
I would, because I love building shit. And you'll have the fucking Taj Mahal of the wood shitter when I'm done.
I
Well,
love
the
it.
thing is we don't leave it out there all year. Like,
Yeah, you don't want it to freeze.
Well, no, you.
You don't want the pipes to freeze.
Yeah, the porcelain's known to crack.
I don't know. Did you hear, Dad? I was like, Dad, I found a better spot for this thing. It's maybe 20 yards further back. It's behind a thicker clump of trees with a hump, so we're not kind of just sitting out here in the open. He's like, well, I put that there on purpose because, there are some areas that I would like to hunt in these woods. And I'm like, 50 fucking acres, Dad.
Yeah.
We're talking about a 2x2
Right.
square
Yeah,
section.
yeah.
Then we're going to dig a hole, and then it's going to get buried.
Now-
I think it'll be okay.
On your own private property, are you allowed to shoot anything at any time, or does it still have to be in season?
You still have to follow the hunting seasons.
You do?
It just depends on if you get caught or not.
Oh, really? So if you see like a fucking 15-pointer out there in the middle of July and you split its skull and it's not in season and no one saw it, who cares, right?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
you could get
On
away
your
with
own
it.
property.
You're maintaining the area, so
Well, I mean, there's a lot of farmers have crop damage, so
Right.
they can do that.
Now,
Yeah, if I was your dad, I'd plant something,
Right.
even if it was mint.
can you
Deer like mint.
can you shit wherever you want? That's
No,
the real question.
you can't.
You can't.
Just where he built that
That's the
throne.
other thing.
Yeah, there's zoned shitting areas.
I think so.
Yeah,
but
'cause
we're
you-
not going to talk about that.
Oh,
Well, you
boy.
do have drain fields and stuff that you
Right.
have to be cognizant
Yes.
of. But see, what I thought you were going to say is you should tell your dad, and I'm not joking about this. They make a spiral metal thing that goes like right in the middle of that box. And when you get up, you turn it, and it takes the soil and stuff from the top and puts it down like 6 feet.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
For real.
That would be much less disgusting.
It would be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
no different than an outhouse.
That would be much less disgusting.
Well, an outhouse is supposed to be built like over a small well.
Yeah.
You dig a well.
But you could still see into it.
Yeah, but hopefully the well's like 12 feet deep. I mean, you'd actually have to stick your head in to look.
Hold on.
Most people just kind of stand above.
Hold
it,
on.
Eric.
When we were in Allagash, those were like legit outhouses, and those were deep,
They
Yeah.
They were deep.
and they were far more disgusting.
Nah, they were. I couldn't see it and taste it as quite as much.
What? Are you kidding me?
I couldn't see it.
Those
and
things,
taste
we had
it.
to prop the doors open. They were so foul.
I could see it. It was so
They were
fresh.
horrible.
It was so fresh. I followed, I think, 2 or 3 of the other participants. I went last.
That's your own fault. That's your
Well,
own fault.
I'm just telling you. I
By
didn't
the
run,
way,
I didn't run into
if
that
you don't
issue.
dig that out, right? I mean, a fucking redwood tree's going to grow there. It's the most nutrient-rich 2x2 section on your farm. Trust me. You're going to go down there next year. It's going to be a fucking
Here's the funny thing, Dad's like
700-foot fern.
Dad, here's the funny thing. Al goes, "You smell that freshness while you're sitting there?" And it's like, I don't know if I'd say I smelled freshness.
Yeah.
He goes, the top planks of that box, pure cedar.
I smelled it, Al.
I did smell the
Hey,
cedar.
Al, this cedar smells like shit.
but there's no mud.
Yeah, yeah.
With that, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap this up.
All right, we're doing another one, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we're gonna do one
Live
more.
again?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
can I ask a question? I just need to know this. Why don't you just do 1 2-hour one? Why do you break it up?
Because I got to take a piss and I want another drink. And,
I'll explain it to you after we turn it up.
And we,
Okay, deal.
And we release it bi-weekly.
right, right.
So this is going to air.
This will air this week, and then the next
Well,
one
isn't
will
it
be next
airing
week.
right fucking now?
Well, on live, but we
Yes.
also release the audio, the actual podcast
Listen,
Got it.
Listen, Mickey, a
onto.
lot's changed since
Yeah.
you've been on the radio.
yeah, no, I hear you.
We got.
What are these fancy things in front of my face?
Now we got moving pictures now, man. We got
Ah, you're kidding me. You'll never replace the non-talkies.
Mickey, do you have anything that you would like to promote or plug?
Fuck
do you have
no,
a
I could
business
care
that you
less.
would like to
No, I
promote?
fucking just.
How
no.
about a comedy show that you're going to be on in 2 weeks on the 14th of December? at
Yeah, Eric,
Snifters
take it
in
away.
Easton?
Yeah, take it away, buddy. I'll be there without Stefan, which I was looking forward to so much because I had written a little thing on guitar in honor of the night we hung out and wrote the world's greatest play that's about to happen.
I know.
I got a lot of
I'm
shit
sorry.
written
All right,
about
good.
that.
I'm
Bobby.
sorry to disappoint that you're going to be stuck with me. No.
I mean, I'll get over it.
You can ride in the back of my
So it's
pickup
me and
truck.
you and 2 girls?
Yes. Divine and
I've never met
All
either
right,
one.
listen, 12:14, Snifters in Easton. You can see Mickey Cucchiella. He's headlining. You got your features, Devine Kerr and our guest, Macy Morris, and that'll be hosted by our very own Mr. Eric Jolicoeur. That's on the Eastern
Is
Shore,
that
as
the
I
proper
said.
way to say it?
Jolicoeur.
Jolicoeur.
That's correct. Now, if you're not on the Eastern Shore, if you're local and in Baltimore City, I'll be at the Second Saturday Shit Show hosted by Mike Quinlan at the Otto Bar. I'm going to headline that.
One of my favorite humans on
Oh, Mike's great. That shows it's the 7-year anniversary of the Shit Show.
He's
I'm
outrageous.
honored to be asked to headline it, so I did have to step away from your hosting gig, but for a good cause. And then, before that, though, this coming weekend, right?
yes,
Not this weekend. Not
the
not
6th and the 7th.
correct.
Well,
This
what's
coming,
happening?
We'll be at Roadie Joe's. We've got headliner Frank Vignola. We got our feature, Mike O'Donnell, up from the Hanover, PA area, and Rose Vineshank will be there.
Ah,
as our
I love
guest.
Rose.
Rose, fantastic, funny
Yeah.
little girl.
Yep.
And I'll be hosting that one. And then before that, the night before, it's Sully's, the 6th.
Right. Same
We'll be
lineup. Same lineup.
We'll be there with the same lineup. And then at the turn of the year, get it on your calendars now. On 1/18, we'll be back in Haverty Grace at the State Theater. We've got Justin Schlegel, Wendy Townsend, and then myself hosting that. Tickets are on sale. They're selling out.
selling
We've got
like
a
What's the
lot
date of
sold.
that one?
It's the
That's,
18th.
1/18.
If you need a guest set or something, let me know.
Okay.
I would just love to see that show.
Sure.
Well,
we're all
here's
booked
the-
up. We're all
here-
booked up.
Here's
now.
the thing, Mickey. Mickey, yeah, we're all booked up. We don't want. No, I'm just kidding. We have multiple dates lined up. So we'll definitely.
Oh, you'll fit me in?
Yeah, we'll fit you
Thanks,
in.
I appreciate
We'll
it.
find
you
a
in.
way to get you.
Yeah, that's whenever, just
Yeah.
if you guys could.
Yeah,
We'll see what we can do.
I
for
mean,
you.
I'd appreciate it.
Well, you are arguably one of the best comics
In the Mid-Atlantic.
in the Mid-Atlantic region.
region. I'm regionally pretty okay.
Oh man. Well,
By the way, next episode,
Uh-huh.
can we talk about an idea I have that I think you guys could pull off because I'm not organized enough?
maybe.
yes, and I think that's an excellent place to leave a cliffhanger. Thank you, Dark Continent. Good night.
This is a big timing comedy production.
Cincinnati WKRP.
What exactly did you have in mind, Mr. Carlson?
What do you suppose he's up to?
And I think I hear something now. Something just came out of the mouth. Perhaps a skydiver. No parachutes yet. Oh my God, they're turkeys! Turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
Thanks for that on-the-spot report, lass.
I thought it would work. It's pretty strange after that. I really don't know how to describe it. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
TV's on and then they just put down.